Hello there, listeners.
Hello.
We are jumping in before the podcast proper just to say that Starring Springfield is going fortnightly now.
Yes, we've caught up.
We've caught up, so the dry, boring part of the news is that, we started Starring Springfield on our Patreon page where it was releasing as a podcast every couple of weeks, and then we decided to spin it out onto the free feed.
Onto its own beast.
Yes, and it's been a raging success and everything, but we've caught up to all of our backlog of stuff. So now we've decided to, just keep it up as a bi-weekly or fortnightly podcast, so every
Still
2
getting
weeks.
that goodness, it's just a drip feed now.
Yeah, but if you come over to patreon.com/sidequest studios, getting that nice and clean, that we are still releasing podcasts every single week. So what you'll get is the episodes of Starring Springfield a little over 2 weeks early. So that's nice and enticing. And of course, if you're on the $5 tier, you get to tell us what movies to review.
Yep.
But then every other week, we will do a special podcast, which lately has been a lot of Starring Springfield prime time.
Yeah, where TV's brightest stars come out to shine.
Yes. In a couple of weeks, we'll include the Futurama review we did for that one, because there's probably the most crossover of fans for that.
Why, who does that star, Elliot?
Hank Azaria.
Yep.
As Zoidberg's uncle. One-time character.
Classic episode.
But today, we're actually giving you a preview of an older podcast we did, cashing in on the popularity of the Jurassic World franchise. But also,
the inexplicable popularity.
Well, so we did this series called Brad Birdwatching, where we looked at 8 films that Brad Bird was either very involved with, or in the case of Jurassic World, tangentially involved with.
Yep.
But we're also telling the story of Brad Bird in amongst these film reviews. And I think this one, aside from being probably the more popular one that people are not going to download the Tomorrowland episode,
Probably not.
that it actually has some really interesting story beats for the Brad Bird story. So I thought this would be the best one to give you a taste of the Brad Bird watching thing.
Excellent. And the Brad Bird story is fascinating.
Oh, yeah, look, I joke about the Tomorrowland story, but there's also, that's a very fascinating part of his story there, in how he tried to push this movie out, and how it relates to Jurassic World as well, equally as fascinating. So giving you a taste of that series.
Yep, little sample.
And hope you come on over.
Please do.
Every other week it's either, Starring Springfield Primetime, where we review TV shows, or just talking about stuff we like on So Do You Like Stuff.
And that's not to mention the massive back catalogue of podcasts you'll get access to.
Oh, that's a very good point. Because, we've adjusted our pricing structure, and if you're on the mini quest tier, which is $1 or $2 depending on where you are in the world, you'll get access to the entire back catalogue. That's BT's catching up on Simpsons episodes he missed on the Index with Except When He's Not.
Yep.
We reviewed the DVDs of the Simpsons box sets on DVD
God,
and
I forgot
Extras.
we did that.
And there were a lot of little side spin-off series as well. We reviewed the South Park Game of Thrones episodes in reverse order.
Just like good old Thrones of Game. Have you heard of Thrones of Game? Go listen to that. It's a great podcast.
Yeah, also just listen to our other podcasts, Thrones of Game, Simpsons Index, Pulp Fury Radio.
All out there for free right now because we love you.
And if you feel like supporting us and want to hear us make more podcasts and stuff in the future, patreon.com/sidequeststudios.
Yep. All right. I think that's about it from us.
All right, let's get into Brad Bird watching and whatever weird fucking bird cover I came up with that week to shove Brad's name into.
Nice. Well, on with the show.
Hold on. Let's see them waveforms.
Let's see them waveforms.
So is that working? Yep. Okay. I assume you've heard?
Heard what?
Everybody's heard.
About the bird?
Everybody's heard about Brad Bird. Instead of Bird's the word. Instead of Brad Bird's the word. Hey, don't you know about the birds? Hey, everybody knows Brad is the word. Brad Bird watching.
You nearly got me.
Brad Bird. Yeah, welcome to the penultimate episode of Brad Bird watching.
You son of a bitch.
I'm your host, Elliot J. O'Neill, and here as always is BT Calloway. Yeah, I'm feeling a little silly today out there.
Oh, good. We're gonna need it.
This movie kind of took a baseball bat to some of my brain cells.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's amazing the power of cinema,
It can make you just roll dumber.
Oh, it can be an empathy machine. It can fill you up with hatred and shoot your nerves, or just...
I was listening to our Aristocrats episode as I drove over, and it literally starts with, I think this movie made me dumber. And more vulgar.
If I remember, I think that was about a year ago. So I guess it's just periodically time for our dumbening.
Yeah.
We're kind of in our dumbening
We
quarter.
can't get too smart.
No,
That'll be a problem.
like just a mild step up from Gordy at least.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Did you see he made a cameo in this one?
What? Oh, yes, right. Nearly got a man killed. That son of a bitch.
I think that was squeaky voiced teen. That was like just such stereotypical
Had very
nerd.
much that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Oh no, a pig's loose. I'll get it. Oh.
Like, what was the version of this plan that worked? Why do they need to get the pig out of the raptor cage? Surely that's its dinner.
Look, there's a lot we're going to dig into this.
There sure is.
And there are some things that are like, you know what, fine. I'm going to let that go. It doesn't matter. It's fun to pick at. But, and then there are other things I'm like, no, this is really your core problem.
I mean, this is a scab of a movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's just
fun
going
to pick at.
Can't wait. But first of all, we got to justify why we're doing this, because this whole conceit of Brad Bird watching is the films of Brad Bird.
Yes.
Except for this...
He's not written or directed this one.
No, I decided to include it because he does have a cameo in it. And I thought... Jurassic World, that's got to be some amazing podcast material.
That'll be fun, yes.
But I got to say, when I did...
like a spin-off starring birds, where things that are tangentially related to Brad Bird can be... yeah.
Well, I mean, because that's the thing. If I included everything that he was a part of, it's just basically, Pixar from, like, the 2000s,
Yeah,
2010s.
you'll have a bunch of podcasts going, it's good.
Yeah.
Because that's like Pixar's gold era.
But, you know, he had a direct hand in Ratatouille and Incredibles, and coming next time, Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
But, you know, the more I did the research, I'm like, I'm actually feeling like I'm justified including this, because, like, when I decided to include this movie, like, about 8 months ago or whenever we started doing this, it was just like, Jurassic World, that'll be dumb. That'll be funny.
That'll be stupid.
Yeah, but it dawned on me today, oh, fuck, I have to watch Jurassic World.
Yeah, you kind of did that one to yourself, buddy.
Oh, so much fun with the reaping, but...
yeah. I mean, I'd not seen it since cinemas, so I did start off by going, okay, what do I remember being wrong about this movie?
Yeah.
And what have I potentially inaccurately remembered?
Did we see it together?
We did. We went to the cinemas.
Because my memory of it is that at some point during the movie, like, for the most part, people are having a pretty flat time. But at some point, I feel like we gradually decided it was a comedy.
Oh, yeah. Like, we definitely left and called it the unofficial comedy of the year. Or unintentional comedy of the year.
Like, and again, you know, things as you remember them get inflated and changed and dramatized, but...
Very well. That's kind of the interesting thing about doing podcasts is sometimes I will, you know, say a joke and think, fuck, that really didn't land. Or, oh, no, did I accidentally offend our guest or something? And then I'll listen back to the episode and I'll be like, no, what am I worried about? That completely went the way I thought it did. That's fine.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to contrast the way you remember something or experience it at the time with, like, an actual recorded fact.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what's great about getting these things on the record, which actually leads pretty nicely into our where is Brad Bird up at this time.
Oh, yeah.
So this is actually...
How did he get tangled up in this bullshit?
Well, like, in terms of Brad Bird himself, there's actually not much progress because this movie happens in the same year as Tomorrowland. But if we can do, like, the, you know, Lion King 3 and have, like, here's the other side of what was happening at this time. So where we left off Brad Bird is that he turned down the job of directing Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, which, if you recall, was the first one in the new Disney trilogy.
Yeah, man, that is a huge turn down.
That is a huge turn down.
I think correct for him, but...
But yeah, he was so enthused about this passion project, Tomorrowland, and he was like, you know, say what you want about this decision. This is the way Brad Bird flies.
Yeah, he does his own thing, and we respect him for it.
Exactly. Like, yeah, he had monster swillion-dollar hits with the Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Mission Impossible, but...
he got the chance to write his own check, and he took it.
Yeah, and with Star Wars, that would have been a guaranteed fucking thing, but, you know...
Yeah.
Tomorrowland was the bigger risk. But last time I said I couldn't find any direct quotes from Brad Bird about this decision. Well, turns out that I needed to add the words Jurassic and World to my search.
Interesting.
Because I'll put a link to this in the show notes, but I found an article from Slash Film by, sorry if I screw up your name, Pete Siretta. The article is titled, How Brad Bird Almost Helming Star Wars Resulted in Colin Trevorrow Directing Jurassic World. Is that how you pronounce his name? Is it Trevorrow or Trevorrow?
Why are you asking me like I know?
Anyway, in the article, they have a really big interview with Colin Trevorrow and producer/husband of Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall. To surmise, they claimed that they were so desperate to have, them being Frank and Kathleen Kennedy, they were so desperate to have Brad Bird direct Star Wars that a compromise was being talked about that Brad Bird, while he was finishing up on Tomorrowland, while that was happening, someone else would stand in his place, someone he trusts to helm the pre-production of Star Wars.
Yep.
And be like his correspondent, his consigliere.
His man on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. His eyes and ears.
Yeah.
And Frank Marshall claims that while they were floating this idea around as a possibility, it was Brad Bird that suggested Colin Trevorrow for the job. Because, and excuse the Secret Simpsons, he reminds me of me. And in the interview, Colin apparently rolls his eyes and goes, "Oh, Brad."
Oh, Brad, you... Surprised, but okay, let's see where this is going.
But, as the situation, it didn't come to be, and Brad Bird doubled down on Tomorrowland. And this article does have a big quote from Brad Bird. Again, link in the show notes, because it's quite an interesting article. I'm, tightening it down to the more birdie bits.
Bad.
Because the bird is the what? Anyway.
I know that.
I've known Kathleen Kennedy for a while, and I know George Lucas, and they did come to me, but the problem was the schedule they had in mind just made it impossible to do unless I dropped Tomorrowland. And I was just really deeply into this film at this point. It's easy to say, just put it on hold, but you're moving now, and you don't know if you're going to be able to move later. Maybe it's true of filmmakers like Cameron or Spielberg, but I have to act on momentum. We had reached a critical mass where it would have thrown the furniture around from the train stopping. I really want to see this movie. I love Star Wars films, and I can't wait to see what JJ does. But it meant I'd have to shut down one dream to participate in another. I feel like with Tomorrowland, we're making something that's really special and unique. For a moment there, I thought it would work out to do this and go right into it, and it wouldn't work. There was no way to make that schedule and give this film the attention it deserved. I know it's going to be terrific and everything. I'm really happy to do this film. It's rare to do a film of size that's original.
True.
Yeah, fair, but
fair. My thing on Tomorrowland is forever going to be, it should not take 90 minutes for your audience to understand what is going on. That is insane.
Part of me goes, this is why I feel like it's interesting that we've included this, because this is all part of sliding doors all over the place. If this doesn't happen, the possibilities
it's
of
the way
everything.
It goes. There are alternate universes.
And I do wonder the ultimate universe where he just took a break from this thing, did a Star War, and come back to it.
Yeah.
When you sort of get stuck in the very, spiral of a project.
Yeah, well, I appreciate what he says about momentum and that he's got to carry through and keep going with something, but also sometimes being able to step back from something means you can recognize its problems.
Yeah, you lose the tunnel vision.
Yeah, exactly. So, pros and cons on that, but I get it.
Exactly. But yeah, it's just a lot of whole what ifs floating around my head when I think about this. But Frank Marshall was like, well, why is our Brad Bird suggesting this Trevorrow guy?
I also wonder that.
Who the heck is he anyway? So they have a screening of Safety Not Guaranteed, and he was like, I get it.
Okay, I've seen that movie.
Have you?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah? Aubrey Plaza, right?
Yeah, needs more of an ambiguous ending, and that was probably what undid its entire thing. But, pretty good.
Yeah, but Brad Bird vouched for him. That was their main guy. And he saw what Brad Bird saw in him in Trevorrow. Yeah,
so when you're like, your main guy's main guy, who are you guys,
Yeah, he's sticking up for the world of Trevorrow.
Trevorrow. It feels like it needs more of an accent,
And Trevorrow land. I don't know. Yep. I don't know what to do with that pun. Anyway, so Frankie Marshall, he's talking to his buddy Steve, and he's like, hey, Stevie, my buddy, you got to check out the guy that the Birdman was hyping up. I think he'll be perfect for that movie franchise you've been wanting to bring back. And that Stevie there was otherwise known as Mr. Spielberg.
Oh my gosh. Of Amblin Entertainment?
Yep, bringing us to today. We just watched... Check my notes here. Jurassic World.
You pronouncing that right?
Yeah. World. Trevorrow. First released in June of 2015 worldwide, but it had an early screening in May at Le Grand Rex in France.
Okay.
Le Grand Rex.
Rex, I get it. The big Rex.
I didn't have time to dig into this one. BT, what just happened?
All right, so we got these two kids, right? And they're off to Jurassic World. What's Jurassic World? Well, it's Jurassic Park, but it actually managed to open, and it's been getting all kinds of crazy attention. And actually, no, their numbers are kind of dwindling, and they need new attractions. That's where Claire comes in, who's kind of running the park, and she's been overseeing the genetic engineering of a brand new dinosaur, the Indominus Rex. But wouldn't you know it, that little scamp gets out, so she goes over to her, the former flame Owen, who is wrangling a bunch of velociraptors. Hey, come help us figure out what's going on with all this shit. This is actually before it escapes, whatever. And don't you know it escapes, just like I told you it did. And they're going to try and hunt it down while not evacuating the park immediately. And a whole bunch of people die horribly, and dinosaur, and there are some things and some stuff, and then they kiss, and then the movie.
Yep. Do you think this was the moment where the shine was coming off Chris Pratt?
I think this was just pre-shine loss on Pratt. I think this is probably still him at his like peak.
Yeah, because he's gotten hot for Guardians. I think it was in 2014.
Yeah.
And he's continued to be hot for this movie.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, that adorable doofus we knew from Parks and Recreation is in the big time now. Good for him. And so I think this is definitely peak that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Parks and Recreation, like in that scene where Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt first visit the security thing where the is it Indominus Rex?
Indominus.
But everything refers to him as a D-Rex, even though it'd be an I-Rex.
Oh, does everything? Because that was the thing I assumed was the joke. Is it's going to be an I-Rex, but I didn't even hear D-Rex. But maybe I wasn't listening for it.
Yeah, I might have just extrapolated that from computer chatter. Anyway, but in that scene where they visit like the security helm, the main security guard who panic eats is the neighbor that's like chasing Andy out from his kiddie pool out the front and like says he stole his boombox. Like
I don't remember that at all. But,
it's the pilot of Parks and Rec. Most people say ignore it, but like he does pop up in the series from time to again.
Okay.
Has a contentious relationship with Andy.
Maybe. That'll just wild coincidence.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Jurassic World. B2, what do you think?
Look, okay. So I knew from the first watch this was pretty bad, and then I'm gonna go and like I said, I kind of thought about, okay, what did I not like about it? What's the problems here? And I was like, mostly it's characterization, but we'll dig into that later. Then I kind of sat down and watched the movie, and I'm getting about, I don't know, like an hour in. I'm like, you know what, this isn't too bad. Like it's yeah. And then, like, the third act kicks, and fuck, this gets silly.
Yeah.
And in ways that's kind of hard to pin down exactly why, but at the same time, motorcycle next to raptors. It feels like a bunch of things they thought were going to be cool in the trailer, which admittedly were, but they then had to bend a story to make. And you lose just so much personality, both for the film and for the characters, in trying to bend them into this thing that you want.
Yeah.
Which at the same time could be mistaken as someone trying to make that as a statement. I don't think it is. I don't think any attempt to be subversive of its own material is accidental or, we're on your side, audience. Give us more money.
Speaking of which, bank or tank?
Bank. I don't even fucking have to, man.
Oh, let me do the bit.
Okay.
With a budget of estimated between 150 and 215 million.
Yeah.
BT, did Jurassic World make bank?
Good God, yes.
It made $1.671 billion.
With a B.
With a big old B.
Yeah, that's why I got 2 sequels.
3.
Oh, fuck.
Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, Rebirth.
Good Lord. Like, I will recommend Fallen Kingdom for being the exact level of stupid. Like, it becomes a haunted house movie, sort of. It's so fucking stupid. I kind of loved it.
Yeah. Well, as for the sequels as well, like, I think Colin Trevorrow goes on to write 2, but comes back to write and direct 3. And I did realize I forgot to do that. Yeah. Directed by Colin Trevorrow.
Yep.
Writing credits are all over the place for this one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Screenplay by Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, Derek Connolly, and Colin Trevorrow. Story by Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, based on characters by Michael Crichton.
Who's got to just be swimming in bank.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him.
Him and Spielberg are the true winners of that.
Oh, for real.
I hope they call each other being like, man, That paid off, didn't it?
Boom. Damn. Yes. Whew, the mountains of cash from this franchise.
Oh, just in the 90s, we were swimming in a bath of cash, and now we've each got our own fucking Scrooge McDuck-style vaults.
Absolutely. Every now and then I think about whoever wrote the first Fast and Furious, and probably they made a shit ton of money off of based of characters created by. I hope they did at least.
Yeah, well, look, as we've been doing with these series, I usually go through the top 10 highest grossing films because, yeah, Brad Bird frequently appears on them.
Yep.
But yeah, we kind of already did this for Tomorrowland, which I kind of wish I didn't because that didn't make the top 10. I just kind of wanted to give context.
Context is important.
But just to run through them again quickly, The Martian, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2.
So are we going up or down the list?
This is from 10 to 1.
I'm assuming, but I have to clarify for our audience.
Yep, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, Inside Out, James Bond Spectre, Minions, Avengers Age of Ultron, Furious 7, Jurassic World at number 2.
Oh, really?
And topping out at it with
Did a fucking Avatar come out? What the fuck topped Jurassic World?
Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Oh, right, shit. We were talking about that.
Yeah, so not only was it the number 2 movie of that year at the time of its release, it became the number 3 all-time highest grossing movie.
Ooh.
And as it sits today, it is the 10th highest grossing movie of all time.
Good Lord.
Yeah, better than any other Jurassic World. Insanity, the persistence of this thing, which it's a bad movie. It simply is. And that's the problem with the top highest grossing movies list.
Mm-hmm.
Gross is the word.
What said like a true cinephile.
Yeah. And that it keeps working is
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we get into this fucking...
Hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, wait, we got the IMDb
right.
Jurassic World feeling game. Yeah, where'd Brad Bird
I
rank?
don't know who he was.
He was the monorail announcer.
Oh, fuck off. So, uncredited?
Actually, I forgot to double check it with the actual credits, but going off the IMDb ranking, where do you think he placed?
I don't know, 80th?
What did I write down? 38th.
Okay, wow, that's way higher than... Jeez, okay, sure. Wow, how important was his railway announcer?
Not very. Let me show you the clip.
I want to believe there are alternate takes where he does it as Edna mode.
Please keep your hands inside the rails, darling.
Yes.
Okay, those of you in the front of the train should be able to see our main stage built with things from the original park over 20 years ago.
I was not going to pick this.
No. I'll pipe it in for the listening audience at home, but yeah, I had to crank the volume to get that. And I love how the subtitle get the first bits. Nothing. Remember?
Yeah.
Man on PA continues speaking indistinctly.
Man, that's a bird.
So that's what Colin Trevorrow gave back to Brad Bird for being like, hey, thank you very much for the job on the billion-dollar franchise.
What has Colin Trevorrow done prior to this?
Safety Not Guaranteed is pretty much it.
That's it? Like a semi-indie film, and he got handed the reins to one of the biggest franchises in the world. I guess it wasn't the biggest yet, but still.
He had a documentary called Reality Show. Film documents the attempted production of an unaired pilot for a reality TV show titled Rock the Party.
That's so
then
weird.
Safety Not Guaranteed, Jurassic World. Did he do some television?
Holy I mean, he has to. He has to have done something.
Gary Under Crisis, a TV movie co-directed with Daniel Klein.
Knowing Brad Bird is clearly the biggest career move you can make in your life. Holy shit.
Yeah. Not what
I
you know.
am so confused. How is it... why is he even Brad Bird's guy? Why he's like, hey, you know who could really handle this? The guy who did one movie.
Yeah. It doesn't always go into the career. Maybe he was a fucking PA or something.
Even then, how do you... That is a endless bounding leap from one to the other. That's... Wow.
Yeah.
I'm shook. Kaboom, gone.
Well, yeah, and I don't know the full story of where he goes with Star Wars, but, he was originally meant to direct Rise of Skywalker, but then The Last Jedi reaction, caused them to course correct and then get J.J. Abrams, and he still receives a story credit for it.
Hey.
in some degree, but yeah, much like,
Man.
Amanda, what's her name for this fucking
That
movie?
whole Star Wars, that's a whole dissection we made another time. We ain't got time for that shit.
No, let's go back to
Well-
the dissection of these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
BT, what's a moment that stands out to you for better or worse?
Look, I kind of got two, and they're for very different reasons.
Yep.
So the one I'm going to talk about, I guess the one I'm mainly going to focus on, because the other one I mostly blurted out earlier. There's a bit in the beginning where, they're arriving at Jurassic World, and we're kind of there's the iconic score by John Williams building up in the background. And it hits its peak right as when the kids open up the doors of the resort, and it kind of pans out to look at the park. And that's
when they're on the balcony of their hotel room, yeah.
And I'm kind of sitting there thinking, okay, is this like an intentional contrast of, think of when this music was used in the original film, that's when they first see the Brontosaurus, and there's this whole, moment where they're like, oh my God, we've done it. He's done it, you crazy bastard. That sense of wonder, both for the audience and for the characters. And for here, it's being shown, look at our resort and all the various shops you can go to. And is that an intentional contrast between what, this Jurassic World is, which is the very corporatized version that Hammond specifically said he didn't want in the original, when the lawyers are like, we can charge $1 million a ticket and anyone's going to come. It's like, well, we need regular people. Oh, we'll have a coupon day.
Yeah, and just to back up that point, I sort of did have a similar feeling when I noticed, the Jurassic World, entrance door is all, chrome and blue and futuristic, very, very separated and different from the old, very wooden aesthetic, which was, probably more in line with, trying to give the sense of, you're in amongst the dinosaurs now.
Yeah,
this is, you're in a safe resort.
The original had a sense of you're in a safari, so I don't know how much credit to give that. Is that intentional, or is that kind of a half idea they've sort of got peppered throughout? Because they obviously have that one character's like, oh, that original park was legit, man. I got the original shirt off eBay. It's like, it never opened and people died.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're trying to say other than a commentary on the movie itself.
Yeah, and I think I've seen all three of the originals, but definitely watched Jurassic Park 1 a lot. But so yeah, I don't know if there what other islands open up in the other one. That's sort of what I assumed.
Yes, from memory, I think it's Isla Sorna is the original island. There's also Isla Nuna where they bred them, which I think is Jurassic Park 2.
Yeah,
I can't remember because I haven't watched those sequels for a long time because they both suck.
No, and much like starring Springfield, we don't have to watch the others movies in the franchise to get this one, so we'll continue that.
Which is also kind of interesting because this does, if you've not seen that movie, there's a lot you don't get. They keep referring to InGen, no idea who that is if you've not seen the first movie. You don't even know how they brought dinosaurs back if you've not seen it. So kind of weird they don't quickly at least gloss over that for any newcomers, especially this is 22 years after the first.
Yeah, and there's no one from the original in this one.
Yeah, well they correct that later, unfortunately.
Yeah. So again, to this one's credit, it's trying to start up a new timeline at least that's not so dependent on throwback cameos
until
and
it absolutely is. Until they're like, hey, we found this resort, part of the resort from the original. Oh, these trucks still work. And
so that's what I was wondering. So is this one built on top of the old Jurassic Park? Again, a place where people died from dinosaur attacks. And
but what are you going to do, move the dinosaurs? That sounds hard. That's a lot of ships.
Yeah, I mean, it comes into a lot of...
You need an arc of some kind.
It's one of these decisions that's happening early enough in the movie where I'm like, okay, I'll see where this goes.
There's a lot of nitpicks. Which ones we want to... I mean, we'll hop on all of them, but which ones actually ruin anything? Yeah. I guess my point is, I don't know how much of this is an intentional contrast to talk about the capitalist machine that this park is, because that never seems to be a part of it. The guy running the park, the guy who owns it, the CEO of whatever, he's first introduced as a really nice guy. He's like, ask Claire, oh, how's the park doing? And she's like, oh, well, numbers are up 2.5%, which is lower than our projections. He's like, no. Are the guests having fun? Are the animals having a good time? You're like, okay, so he's like a good guy. And then later on, he's all like, no, we're not closing the park. You know how much that will cost? And it's like, okay, so he's the money grubber. Was the implication that first statement of his was a farce, but then later you get some dialogue that implies it isn't, and he also then goes out in the helicopter with the minigun himself, and it's like, who are you meant to be? I don't know if you're the wealthy capitalist who will sacrifice lives for money, or someone who genuinely believes in the park and is devastated it's all going wrong.
Yeah, like, he actually reminds me a little bit of Tony Khan, who is the owner and chief executive officer of AEW.
Oh, okay.
Where he's just kind of this billionaire who he just seems like a big kid, and his dad's like super wealthy, and that's the reason why he's super wealthy.
Yeah.
And he owns like a football team and a wrestling organization and a soccer team as well. So like he has these fingers in a bunch of fun pies, but like I haven't gone digging in on the guy because I don't want
fear of finding out.
I've already cancelled WWE, man. I need a little wrestling in my life. And AEW, you know, they're at least letting their wrestlers, you know, wear abolish ICE shirts on the shows.
Yeah, at the very least, it's the less of two evils.
Yeah, very like in direct contrast to WWE, where Triple H has been photographed in the White House multiple times. Linda McMahon, wife of Vince McMahon, is part of the Trump White House. So like AEW, at least, you know.
God, that's so fucking funny.
I mean, I read an article a little while ago that was like, to understand the current presidency, you need to understand pro wrestling, and it's just like, oh fuck it,
Like,
it's true.
I love that was a farce in Idiocracy that the president was a pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And then it kind of happened.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is, like, he reminds me of that kind of eccentric childlike billionaire where I'm sure if you looked at all of his investments, there's some dodgy shit here. So, yeah, this eccentric millionaire that's like, yes, dinosaurs and theme park and people having fun. Like, yeah, he is a money man at the end of the day, and he has ties with this paramilitary organization organized by Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, that's also kind of confusing.
Yeah, who wants raptors to sub in as soldiers.
They do this a lot in movies. Like, wouldn't this be the ultimate weapon? Like, no, it would not. Why do you think this would? How are you going to get it back?
Chris Pratt has barely trained them, and even then, they kind of snapped at him, you know,
Yeah.
like, this is chaotic at best.
It's like every time there's like, oh yeah, this zombie virus would be a great weapon. It's like, no, it wouldn't. Stop thinking that.
Yeah.
You know why the military have like developed, I don't know, predator drones? Because, you know, you can't see them from the ground and it'll bomb a target just fine.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't develop raptors.
Yeah, so again, still at the point of the movie where I'm like, okay, so because like I had a similar thing. Is like it's been 10 years since I've seen this.
Yeah.
You know, I've certainly seen a lot worse Hollywood fucking big budget movies since then. And yeah, I'm like, actually, yeah, it's worse sin at about the hour point is that it's kind of boring. And all the time I'm thinking, yeah, where is the point where for me in that cinema I think it flipped?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think mostly boring, bordering on bad, you know, for the first hour. And then I think it's the Attack of the Pterodactyls where you get put offside. But I think it's then with Motorcycle Raptor going after Indominus Rex scene, that's where it turns.
Definitely. If you're not laughing, then you will be soon.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you know, get on board because you still got like 45 minutes of this fucking movie. Like, I was taking a few timestamps throughout just to sort of
fair. Hey, if I'm going to yell about 90 minutes about, you know, Tomorrowland, you need some timestamps here.
Look, and I guess leading into what stands out to me, that's in contrast with Tomorrowland. Yeah, I think it gets into its setting up the situation and what the problem with is with this park at the moment. But I think I'm a little disappointed that so much of it is in dialogue. I think one of the strengths, and again, I haven't seen Jurassic Park 1, you know, in a few years now, but like in retrospect, I feel like there was just sort of a bit more, I don't know, visual information and a bit like more, again, backing up your point, a sense of wonder and, you know, the scene with the Brachiosaurus and the scene with the fucking Triceratops.
Which I appreciate is harder now because back then that was very groundbreaking visual technology and now we're very much used to it.
Yeah, and like I kind of like the point that they've set this up and it's a well-working machine, but like the numbers are down because I mean, Secret Futurama, it's kind of like, yeah, we set up a theme park on the moon, but Just the moon's boring, so we had to jazz it up with a bunch of other shit.
It's also kind of got the problem of you get constantly conflicting information because you're like, the park's slumping. It's at maximum capacity. Oh, we're going to lose sales. We're up 2.5% this year. It's less than we thought. It's like, wait, which is it? Is it, and even a simple statement of, yeah, things are good now. 2 years from now, they won't be. We need to keep on that constant flow or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, to me, like, there's it's lacking more of that like storytelling from the perspective of the park. It's just Bryce Dallas Howard, quoting numbers and statistics. And it's just kind of dry and dull. And like a helicopter ride with the eccentric billionaire doesn't really fucking
doesn't
add that
inform me
flavor.
of anything, other than he can fly helicopters, and that'll come up later, and then he gets his shit wrecked.
Yeah, and dare I say, be a bit more inspired by Space Jam in the scene with that the ride, and then the kid's like, "This is boring. Don't bring me anymore here, rate." Like, more of that shit. It's just like, the stegosauruses are eating grass. Yippee! Like,
yeah, but it's also got the weird thing of zoos have been around for ages. They're still operational. I know they're not maybe huge money makers, but you don't need a new animal to lure people in. Usually it's like, hey, the dingo had babies. Come look at the dingo pups. That's cute.
Oh, I guess this is just maybe a year or two before like short form video was like the main source of content for people.
Yeah.
And God, have the other movies done that where they've had like a baby velociraptor be a TikTok star like Mudang style?
No, I was about to say Mudang proved this business model was fucked.
Yeah.
No, the only thing I'm going to say about the other movies is because I remembered it while we were talking. In the second one, it's ridiculous, but we'll get there. They bring back the concept of having a weaponized velociraptor, but this one's trained to the point where if you pick out a person, it will attack and kill that person. And the way you signal it is with a laser pointer that's attached to a gun. And just you're sitting there going, oh, you know how stupid this is, don't you?
Please tell me that there's a scene where a university lecturer is using it to, pointing at the blackboard.
Sadly
and
not.
All of a sudden in class, push.
If only. Wouldn't put it past, but it's not any laser pointer. It's the one special laser pointer.
Yeah.
Attached to a gun.
Sick, dude. So, yeah, just sorry to go over that again. I haven't seen any of the other Jurassic World sequels. What ones have you seen?
I saw the second one and then half of the third, and then I got bored.
Ouch.
Yeah.
You don't half watch many films.
Not many. I mean, I think I went into it not expecting to get all the way through it. It was like, okay, let's see what this vibe is. But its whole... Oh, God, I just remember what its whole thing was. I'm not going to get into that. A big problem is Locust. Yeah, you got a dinosaur movie and you focus on locusts.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I mean they are, but not in the movie sense. Like,
is this one of those we released the gorillas to take care of the rhino
I can't
situation?
fucking remember. I think it was just, we let the ancient Jurassic locust out. And yes, in real life, locusts are a big goddamn problem, and that swarms of them would be. It's not what I'm here for.
No, it's not Jurassic insect world anyway. So leading on to the wackiness of this movie.
Yep.
So again, to bring to the point where, I find myself like hating this movie and then it turns into a comedy is, the scene where they let all the hybrid pterodactyls out. And that has me like, I should have wondered this earlier. Why have they got the experimental dinosaurs on the same island as the resort?
Yeah, I don't think the pterodactyls are experimental. I think they're just in the aviary.
But I noticed some of them had more a bird-like beak, and then other ones just flat out had a T-Rex face.
I'm going to guess we don't know dinosaurs well enough, and someone's like, actually, that's a Flacorosaurus.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, one of them definitely... Again, I feel unintentional comedy where one lands, but it's got like a long pointed beak, and it slowly slides towards one of the kids.
Yep. Pokes through... is it the ball or something else? Maybe the car window.
I can't remember. Yeah. That's where it wrecks the CEO shit because it smashes through the window and spears the guy next to it.
That's right, the helicopter.
Yeah, there's a bit where it lands and it slides and kind of just this, like the point of a swordfish gets too close to one of the child characters.
But yeah, so there's a mix of them some like, because I did have to rewatch this scene because I felt like I was being gaslit. I'm like, wait, no, they're all kind of more pterodactyl bird-like. Wait, no, I swore that one had like a T-Rex face. And yeah, some of them do. And like they, in that scene where they get out into the resort and they start like picking up people and pinning some down. Yeah, there's one that's just got a full T-Rex face and just start chomping on someone.
Yeah, I'm going to assume just different species and stuff. It does have the problem of they didn't establish that aviary, as far as I remember.
No, but also you've got to account for, Colin Trevorrow. Your film is making everyone actively dumb. Like, if we start tuning out on shit, I'm sorry, buddy, this is on you.
Yeah, because the kids fuck around in the park for a while. It wouldn't have been hard to establish, they go to the aviary enclosure. Look at all these flying birds. Good thing it's not, they're not getting out, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So it makes you wonder why that's not there as a setup. It just goes straight. But I mean, I did enjoy watching everyone get their shit wrecked, but it definitely flips to comedy at that point.
Yeah. Oh, that's when it's like, full-on slapstick. You can put the Benny Hill music behind it.
Yep. And I don't... was that intentional? Was I supposed to find that funny? Because there's a point where one guy's running away holding 2 margaritas.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's funny.
Yeah, like...
I paid $18 for these. I'm not leaving them behind.
Like, it makes me question what was the original Jurassic Park. Was it, like... kind of a disaster movie like this? Because
I think
this feels very campy.
Yeah, a disaster movie is probably the most accurate, because the other kind of thing, and what I was trying to recall on this one is like, okay, in the first Jurassic Park, shit goes wrong because they get hit by a storm right when Dennis Nedry also sabotages the park, so they get fucked from 2 directions, everything goes wrong. In this one, it all goes wrong because everyone's a fucking idiot. And it's hard to sympathize or care about the characters when we're not given a lot of good characterization, and also it's all their fault.
Yeah, totally. Like, Bryce Dallas Howard is the dumbest, most irresponsible person in this movie, who continuously puts her nephews in danger, even after the point where she fucking finally rescues them, keeps them in danger. She's not equipped to be dealing with these situations, and she's putting herself on the front line. And she's like, it's okay, I put you in the back of the van, that the back doors aren't locked.
You'll be fine.
I hate the kids in this as well.
Yeah, it just feels like... this is a movie I feel like is 5 different scripts blended together.
Yeah.
Because there's this whole little bit where at one point the kid starts crying. It's implied... How does it...
It does that to people.
Yeah. Basically, it's kind of implied that the parents have sent them on this week-long trip so they can start, getting the workings on their divorce happen, because whenever we cut back to the parents, we see them talking to guys in suits and stuff. And the youngest of the 2 is like, our parents are getting divorced. I know, because they're getting mail from 2 different lawyers. They're divorce lawyers. So there should be a pretty compelling idea there of mum and dad are getting a divorce, and the older kid is starting to get into girls, so he doesn't want to hang out with his little brother anymore. And the little one is like, I'm not only my parents breaking up, I'm going to lose my brother, I'm going to have nothing. And that's a pretty compelling idea that doesn't really ever come back or work or do anything. Like, it gets mentioned one more time, and you think would be the simple line of parents can get divorced, but we're always going to be brothers. Simple, something like that. You kind of get it, but it doesn't work. And surely this should be a moment where the bigger brother could leave, but comes back for the younger one, and that both proves, in terms of drama and in terms of like theme, I will always come back for you.
Yeah, you've set that up at the start, but the way they first get into peril is he goes, oh, I see a broken down wall that had a sign that's dented and says restricted area. Let's go off grid. What did he say? Let's go
all-terrain or whatever.
Yeah, all-terrain.
Which, to be fair, that works for a teenage kid to be like, okay, oh, look, somewhere we're not meant to go. Let's go. That'll be fun. And that's when he's trying to have fun with the younger kid.
But yeah, you're totally right. The thing would have been for him to leave the kid and ditch him, because the kid's being all emo and he wants to go chase after the cutie with the curly hair over there. But no, instead it's like, the first sign of peril is him being like, no, let's have some real fun. Yeah, you didn't set that up.
Yeah, just say it. Just a moment where he had a moment to leave, or maybe something else. Like they're at the, he gets to a chopper, but the little one doesn't. A girl he was flirting with later is there, and she's like, come on, get on board. And he's like, no, I can't leave. And he goes back, and they save, and they hug, and everyone drinks lemonade. And there's probably a version of the script where that happens.
Can't put it past the script that went into the blender.
Yeah, whereas...
We don't know what the skin of the apple that has been turned into apple juice looked like.
Yeah, whereas the most we get here is they fix up one of the original Jurassic Park Jeeps together, and that's about it. Like, that's not...
Remember when we fixed up Uncle David Richard Attenborough? Whatever.
Yeah.
Remember when we fixed up his car? I know how to fix a car now.
Yeah, every car is the same, kids. Especially when the kid's like, 1994 fucking whatever in khaki brown.
Sandpage, yeah.
Yeah, Sandpage. Fucking. It's like they're trying to make this kid autistic. It's not working.
No. And like, I feel like that does nothing as well. Like, again, I don't remember what they did with the kids in Jurassic Park 1 to make it so compelling and so fearful when in that Velociraptor scene.
They made them kids mostly. Like one's super hyped to be there and is constantly nagging, Dr. Grant. And the other one's just kind of, a girl who's just there and being a teenager. And they have, there's already backstory for him of like his girlfriend wants to settle down and start a family. And he's like, no, I don't think I like kids. You out of there. Babies smell. They have that little argument.
Oh, that's right.
And so, they've even got the line the girl has of like, she told me to sit next to you because it would be good for you. And it's like that simple to be like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute.
Yeah. And like, again, there's some good ideas. Like,
Yeah.
I think the idea of like a Bryce Dallas Howard strung up type who, on the first time of seeing her nephews in 7 years, sends them off with her assistant.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then has like, and I really enjoyed Judy Greer's response of hearing like, oh, it turned out to be a busy day, and she just starts breakdown crying, and it was like,
Yeah.
I needed you to do this. Like, what the hell?
To show them a good time and show them that family's going to be there and yada yada. That's all in the subtext of that.
Yeah, making an effort tomorrow wasn't as important as making an effort today. You
Yeah,
know?
write that down. It was a good bit.
Yeah, and Judy Greer, fucking fantastic. And hey, David Wallace showed up in this one.
Yeah.
I keep sort of thinking for these small actors is like, wow, you are in the 10th highest grossing movie of all time.
For real. I mean, we never see those kids again as far as I know. But it's not really their fault. They don't have anything to do.
No, in the Rest of the World series.
Yeah, or as far as I know at least. Or just like in stuff. This wasn't a launching point for their careers, which it should have been.
The older one was Love, Simon.
Oh, okay. Well, good for him.
Yeah, and I did see they've been working, nothing huge, but
I'll retract that. Good for them.
yeah, they've been doing stuff.
Yeah,
but
I think just the problem with them is their last scene where they do anything is the bit where they fix up the Jeep, and that's you've got an hour left after that. They're there, but they don't really do anything.
no, if anything, it's like Bryce Dallas Howard. This is the time where you take the kids, fuck off, let Chris Pratt fucking be on the front line.
Yeah, exactly. Get a chopper off the island.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
Yes, his secret True Lies.
Not Commando. Fuck, Predator.
Predator. Yes.
I think. Yeah.
How was the wackiness in the movie? Oh, sorry. I was getting to that with the wackiness. The fucking gyro ball that can go anywhere anyway. Like, I mean, I know your fence has been knocked down, so you're probably like that whole...
Yeah,
like,
but it's not geofenced or anything.
yeah, but the fact that this thing isn't on a track is also fucking weird. Like...
Yeah, I can take it. Look, I will take that sequence as mostly working and being one of the more interesting ideas. Again, it's probably from a different version of the script, but for the most part, that was like, okay, that's a cool semi-futuristic tech that would be pretty sweet if you got a chance to ride around in one.
Here's the super safe ball that's totally safe. Don't
totally
worry about
safe. It took a lot to break it.
Yeah. I one big laugh of the movie there was the Jimmy Fallon doing the eye rolly jokes and how it works and everything, and the kids just don't find it amusing at all.
The genuinely intentional laugh.
Yeah, and this was where the year where the shine comes off Jimmy Fallon, because this is 2015. He has Trump on the Tonight Show, tussles his hair, and like
I didn't know he did
public opinion of him went down so hard. The backlash was huge.
We're in a weird post that era where late night hosts are being targeted a lot, and Fallon's definitely not got that.
No, he ain't tussling the hair no more.
No, he ain't here to. He's here to tussle, but not the hair, baby.
Any other wacky moments stand out to you?
I wrote down the kaiju fight. That's where they're like, I know how to do this. Let's release the T-Rex. And so,
and so and we get a throwback to the flare bit from Jurassic Park as Bryce Dallas Howard leads it to the Indominus Rex and throws the flare at them. And like you said, kaiju fight.
Yeah. Which I should be like, fuck yeah. But I was like, lol.
It's funny. And then the Velociraptors come in and help.
And then the T-Rex and the Velociraptor are like, I understand you now. Let us go our separate ways as friends.
My note there was like the T-Rex looked at him and said, "You did good, kid." Like,
you know what?
Like that.
You're all right. Yeah.
But if it wasn't enough that T-Rex and V-Rap team up to fight I-Rex, then fucking weird crocodile plesiosaurus, I think.
Mosasaurus or something I called it. I did write it down because that thing works. That's cool. But yeah, just look. the movie from that dinosaur's perspective, this was a great day. It got to eat a British lady. It got to eat a shark. It got to eat Indominus Rex. It is just having the best day.
He's just lying back in his... Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what? Life is better down where it's wetter. And you're an apex predator.
So, on that, the person I feel the worst for in this movie...
the British babysitter?
Because the secretary of Bryce Dallas Howard, she's in charge of looking after the two kids who ditch her for no reason. Like,
There's not even really a scene where they ditch her either. It's just... She's just not with them at one point, isn't she?
I think she's taking a call or she's otherwise distracted and the crowd's big and he's like, because they've just been to like the kiddie park where like you can ride a baby triceratops.
I know, which sounds dope.
Oh man, they were so cute. When the fucking pterodactyls were chomping
lift
at
it
them.
up by the
I was like, no,
saddle.
Tricy.
It's like a tricycle, only it's got horns.
I think Triceratops was my guy. Did you have a favorite dinosaur?
I did like a good old Triceratops. Who didn't? Good guy.
I like the Herbie guy. Stegosaurus as well. Plates for your back.
Yeah.
Fucking cool.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Those Ankylosauruses as well. The ones with the
club
hard
on the
shells
back
and the
and the
club.
hard-
Yeah. I think I like the Herbie 4 guys that could still fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not aggressive, but if they need to, they can throw down.
Where was I going with this? Pterodactyls. Sorry, this movie is babysitter. Thank you. The kids ditch her for no particular reason other than, I guess that sets up the teenager going off course thing again because he's like, let's ditch her for no reason.
Yeah.
And try and find the real
fun, the real core of the heart of the park.
Anyway, so, and quoting from the Wikipedia, this film includes a scene in which Claire's assistant Zara, portrayed by Katie McGrath, is carried off by several pteranodon, not pterodactyls, excuse me.
We don't know shit.
Before falling into the park's lagoon, where she is eaten by the, Mosasaurus, marking the first female death in the series.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Really? Huh.
Finally, a win for the women.
I know. It's just weird that after 3 movies, they never fragged a woman? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Doesn't the little girl die in the beginning of the second one?
Again, do not remember.
Trevorrow. No, she gets chomped, I think, but doesn't die. I think. It's been a long time. Anyway.
Gets a little bite.
Yeah.
A little love bite.
Wild.
Anyway, Trevorrow wanted to make it the most spectacular death we can possibly imagine.
You know what? Fucking aced that one.
While also wanting to surprise moviegoers, stating, let's have someone die who just doesn't deserve to die at all.
You know what? No notes. Nailed it. Every other complaint on this, that perfection, you got that. Well, you got it right. You did what you tried to do exactly correct. Is it a good thing? We'll leave that up to debate. But
was it a necessary point in the movie?
If that's what you were setting out to do, fucking nailed it.
Because that is my moment of, this is that movie.
Kind of taking a gleeful delight in it.
Because, she gets passed off between, 4 of the fucking things.
Yep.
Gets thrown and then, underwater, they're still, doing that thing where some birds can, dive underwater and attack.
Yeah, looks very cool, but at this point, we're like, oh, I know what's in that water.
And then that fucking Mosasaurus apparently just, yum.
Yum, nom, 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 nom. I'm still getting over that no women have died yet. That just seems... Wow. All right, interesting.
Yeah. Again, according to Wikipedia.org, it gets it wrong sometimes, but
I'm just fascinated.
I feel like someone would have fucking cite required for that one.
Look, equal rights, please.
Yeah. If you're gonna die a hilarious cartoonish death like dying on a toilet,
yeah,
gotta give something to the women.
Yeah, but hey, the throwback to Jurassic Park 1, that whole thing is, the lawyer's in the car with the kids. T-Rex comes out. He freaks the fuck out and runs away. He's the one who abandoned them. Chomp, chomp, chomp. There is a relatively bad guy. I don't want to call him evil or anything, but, a bad guy within context who gets chomped for it. Okay. This is the opposite of that. This is someone who really didn't do anything getting their shit fucking wrecked.
Yeah, because Billionaire, he has his hubris moment, but then, when the call to battle comes, he drives the helicopter into danger. He puts himself out there. And, Vince D'Onofrio as well, trying to push we need to make these guys a weapon. Then it is the weapon that kills him. Oh.
The hubris!
The hubris. But yeah, Zara,
yeah,
Jesus.
Just damn. Look, it's memorable. I'll give it that.
Look, I think the wackiness is too inherent. Unless you got something particular you want to bring up with the wackiness, breeze through the rest of the questions that I know will be quicker to answer.
There's a bit I just love where during the kaiju fight, Claire just, Owen and the boys are kind of stuck in like a gift stand or something.
Yeah.
And, the T-Rex comes up and distracts the Indominus Rex, and then Claire's like, run! And they literally run from one side of the fight to the other side of the fight, roughly equidistant to the danger they were last time, and crouch next to her and keep watching. It's like, guys, continue fucking running.
Like, the other thing is, best case scenario,
yeah,
T-Rex wins,
Yep.
then you're the bait.
I did like that was my moment of Secret Simpsons of, to get rid of the birds, we just release wave after wave of Chinese needle snakes.
Yeah.
No, when the snakes, to get rid of those, we have just albino gorillas. Well, when the winter comes, the gorillas all freeze to death.
I get the idea of, you need to fight this fucking, something of equal power to this thing.
Yeah.
But then you, the humans, don't need to stand and spectate.
No, it will happen with or without you. This is not a Schrodinger's cat situation.
Yeah.
So, and then I also just love that the movie then ends after the Indominus is dead. It's like, well, everything's fine. I was like, no.
And the T-Rex walks off into the sunset. Where are you going, Mr. Rex?
Where I'm going, you don't want to follow.
And the
Comes a country star. And vegan.
And the Velociraptors still chill, even though, fucking 3 of its siblings have been iced. And anyway, I want to hear someone, because one of them's named Blue, right?
Yeah.
Someone should mix the Bluey theme with like the 4 raptors
Charlie
names.
did it. Delta.
Echo. Yeah. Bluey.
I mean, it's probably been done.
Yeah. How was the heart?
That's a problem. You remember in the middle of the massacre that Owen and Claire kiss?
In front of her nephews.
In the middle of everyone getting picked off by various flying dinosaurs, and this is definitely partially Claire's fault. They're all like, let's have a little smooch.
Yeah. And then her nephews are like, well, who's this now? And it's like, guys, there is such
more
little
pressing issues.
There is so little running for your fucking life in this movie. Like,
it's like, you are literally standing in the thoroughfare where people are dying.
Yeah.
And you are not undercover. You are very much in threat. Why are you just... But no, they had a thing previously, and this whole dino murder thing has really brought them together.
Like, I did kind of like the hamminess of when, like, BDH, that's what Bryce Dallas Howard, like, when she first sees Chris Pratt in the movie, and, like, he goes, you're so highly strung, you brought an itinerary to our date. And, you know, like, I kind of like that idea that she's so fucking data-driven and corporate numbers and whatever, but...
Look, this feels like an earlier version of the script where there was going to be a romantic subplot, but it got removed, but they still wanted to continue it because they had that first scene where, their characters have a bit of an interplay, and it works. It's the most chemistry we get from them, and it's the most kind of character build we get from them. So, having them discuss how they went on one date and how they both think the other one fucked it up and yada, 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 that's fine. But it doesn't work in the rest of the movie, and it doesn't need to be there.
Well, and to have them sort of team up and be the last line of defense for the fucking Indominus Rex is just, it's insanity.
Yep.
Like... She, was so relieved to find the children. Then she got distracted with a smooch. And then she's like, all right, well, I'm going to bring you in the front line. We're going to release all the 4 fucking velociraptors, and I'm not going to lock the back of the fucking truck. I get, you're feeling responsible and you need to be there.
Yeah.
Why are the kids there?
They're really, no point. Because, Jurassic Park 1, they couldn't get off the island. There was still the storm. Everyone was unable to leave until it had cleared and they could send ships and helicopters and shit in. But there's no, again, a line would have been fine because one helicopter goes down because of the flying dinosaurs, but then we see more mercenaries get delivered by helicopter, so obviously it's not that big of a problem.
No.
So just start helicoptering out?
Yeah, it's a pretty monster dinosaur, but also at no point does that get anywhere close to the crowds of people, so they've been kind of lucky up to this point that, even in the final moments of that kaiju fight, they're away from the big crowds.
Yeah.
Who's
I'm not sure where they are by that point, because they make this whole point of, the Indominus Rex can hunt by, heat radiation or something.
Yeah.
And we've put all the targets in the one area. When they say that, it's not a, oh God, what have we done moment. It's a, oh, all right. Do we evacuate? No.
No, Velociraptors. Yep, Velociraptors.
Yeah, let's kill it with Velociraptors. Yeah, it's also got the weird thing where the villain is like, we're going to defeat this thing by releasing Velociraptors. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't control nature. And then Bryce Dallas Howard's like, I'm going to defeat this thing by releasing a T-Rex. And it's like, that's a great idea.
Did it feel like a Simpsons?
Not like a stupid one.
Oh, yeah, they did the Geezers Park or whatever.
Yeah, that was stupid. Not like fun stupid either.
Nope.
I mean, Itchy and Scratchy Land.
Oh, yeah.
You know, sure.
But yeah, at least there was an explanation for why the Simpsons were left there on the island, because Homer and Bart are jerks.
For funny reasons, yeah. Tell them Itchy sent you.
Yes or no, would you watch this movie again?
For like comedy value to make fun of it with friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Two might be my max, I don't know. Not for a while, at very least.
Yeah, like, I think I've put my stamp on this one. I am slightly curious to see what fucking wacky adventures they get up to next.
I do recommend the second one for being dumber.
Yeah, and like...
But in just special ways.
Yeah, like, you've pitched me on the second one. I might suggest it at a future Friends hang or something.
Yeah.
But that's the appeal. Fuck, like, this movie is so successful, it's just wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it I get, because I'm watching it, I'm like, you know what, this isn't my thing. I get how younger kids are going to be into it, much like the first Jurassic Park was for us. But then at a certain point, it just gets dumb, and I'm like, okay, kids probably liked the kaiju battle, and don't really notice the stupidity, but the kids don't have that much money.
Yeah, I will say, just in terms of the animation, it's just... I feel like the coloring of a lot of the dinosaurs is just a bit too vivid, and it looks too fake.
Mm-hmm.
I get that they make a point of it because, yeah, they have the turtleneck billionaire who's also something to do with the chain of command here.
He's in the first one as well. He's in the original Jurassic Park. He's the one who's like, how do you keep the dinosaurs from breeding? Oh, well, you know, we just make them all female. He's that scientist there. He is like throughout all the entire series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, glad he's getting work.
Exactly.
But yeah, so like he sort of said, you know, we've already been playing God, you know, and I feel like it's kind of clever, but also a convenient explanation for like, yeah, since Jurassic Park and this movie, they found out, dinosaurs probably had a lot of feathers, hey?
Yeah.
And they're getting around that by going, yeah, we bred them selectively, so they, you know.
The way you said you wanted more teeth, we got you more teeth.
Yeah. Like, who are we to say that, like, that one wasn't playing God, but the Indominus Rex is like...
Yeah, he has a good little spiel. There are some good lines throughout this, and I think he had a pretty good bit.
Yeah, but, like, so... I understand, like, you've set that up with story reasons why you even have a bluey of a velociraptor there, but it's like, even then, its siblings are all kind of a different shade of color, and you're just not going to get that same fucking wow factor from the first one. I know that. Like, I watched that movie when I was fucking 9, you know.
Yeah, there was nothing ever going to replace that.
Yeah, and yeah, when CGI has come so far, but it just... looks so much more fake in this one.
Yeah, like it's one of those things. So there's a bit where they do use a puppet every now and then, and the puppet looks really out of place because everything else is CG. So I'm kind of used to that baseline non-reality. So when I see another version of non-reality, it doesn't work.
And then when they're fucking wearing night vision goggles or whatever the fucking things are on the raptors' heads.
Yeah, they got little night vision cameras.
Oh, cameras,
so the military guy can keep track of what's going on. Apparently.
Sorry, back into wackiness.
Look, no, an early moment of CG problems, and also the whole thing starts off with like we're zoomed in on an egg, and it starts to hatch. You can see hear like heartbeats, and a little claw comes out and kind of pans back, and there's another egg, and it breaks open. That's all done in CG, and it is pointless. Like, genuinely, there is no reason for that scene to exist. I could understand if it was going to be a long time until we saw a dinosaur and you wanted to put that front and center, but it doesn't take long for us to see dinosaurs. Like, there's not a whole lot of waiting period. And we then cut from that to a bird's, like a talon landing in the snow, and you pan back and it's just a bird, and that's the kids getting loaded up for the weekend into the car. And it's just like, that's a better opening. That's, life finds a way kind of thing of dinosaurs aren't necessarily gone. They just evolved into something else, which are common birds these days, but they still have a genetic lineage, yada, yada, whatever. But that opening shot of just a dinosaur egg doesn't mean anything. There's no point of it being there. You gain nothing thematically or a visual representation of anything. It's just there. And I think that was my immediate moment of, okay, this is part of why it sucks. There's no vision behind this.
No.
It's just stuff.
No, and it's very much in this era of doing visual treats that, can transcend all the non-English speaking markets, and it's why
clearly worked.
Yeah, it's why there are 2 Avatar movies in the top 3 movies of all time.
It still hurts my brain to think about that.
Yeah, so of course this one plays as well, and being a disaster movie, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not watching it again, basically. But, what's the one better thing? Sorry, what's the Simpsons episode you'd lead into this one?
It's in Scratchy Land.
Yeah.
I blurted it earlier. It makes too much sense.
Yep.
They go to a park, shit goes wrong. Yeah.
Nailed it. All right. So pair that with Jurassic Park, but, what's another movie that you'd watch instead of this one?
Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Again, that's a gimme. Surely there's other amusement parks go wrong. Wacky shit ensues.
I have been meaning to check out. There was an Australian-made movie that depicted dinosaurs with feathers and such, but I think it was like a YA kind of movie. So
whatever.
Yeah, kind of was in and out in theaters.
I'm trying to think what else is a vibe like this.
Is Land Before Time good? I don't know.
I don't know.
We're back a dinosaur story.
Sure. What
also qualifies for starring Springfield, actually.
I'm sure there's some other. What's that one where Whoopi Goldberg is a detective with a dinosaur? I forget what that is. I'm pretty sure that exists. I might be hallucinating.
Are you confusing her with Princess Daisy in the Super Mario Brothers movie?
I don't know. The Super Mario Brothers movie?
Yeah, there we go. Dinosaurs and everything.
Because that's baffling, but it's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Much like this one, we can talk about it for a long time, but for very different reasons, even though they're probably ranked very similarly. Yeah?
Even on ranking, I don't know where I'm landing on this one.
Neither do I.
Because it's just, I don't know. A little bit of all of them, to be perfectly honest.
Except Silver.
Surprisingly.
What would you like to change?
A lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty arguable that Claire should be the villain. Or at least have moments of a bit earlier redemption where maybe the CEO, because she can be numbers, but maybe when the CEO's all like, we've got $28 million into that thing, we're not going to, kill it, we're going to capture it alive. She'll be like, sir, that's going to be terrible. Like, we can afford to lose that. We can't afford an international incident. Or some kind of pushback when they aren't evacuating, because skinny head lady who's in movies, I can't, she's one of the operators.
Lauren Lapkus.
Skinny head.
Yeah, such an interesting career for her.
I bounced all over the place.
Just improv legend, especially with Paul F. Tompkins and Scott Aukerman, huge in that group of people. And then just, again, in one of the top 10 movies of all time, along with the guy from New Girl.
Wild.
Who looks like David Krumholtz but isn't.
Yeah, so she starts going, okay, we need there's an A1 emergency, we need an evac, and, the CEO's like, no, stop. And she's like, oh, belay that. And then some pushback from Bryce Dallas Howard there would give her character a lot more weight, but at this point, she doesn't. No, I don't think she ever really pushes for an evac. And it's like, this makes you really complicit in everything else that goes wrong, which makes you very irredeemable when people start dying, because this is your fault. I know, there's a lot to be said of, yes, you're in charge of the park, but you can't really command everything. But it's a big problem that doesn't go away. And if we made her either the person who realizes she's given her whole career to something that was always going to put money before anyone's safety, fine. Or if she was someone who pushed back earlier and kind of, it would have made her more sympathetic or given her an arc. But as it stands, she's terrible.
Yeah.
She's a bad person and we don't like her.
She has no apparent reaction to her assistant dying as well.
No, and she doesn't even really realize that her nephews are in the park when shit starts going down. It takes a few scenes for her to remember. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, fine, there's a lot going on, but it doesn't help her whole this person sucks vibe.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big thing, I think. Oh, yeah, I was talking before about how original Jurassic Park, it was, they got fucked over by someone sabotaging and a storm, whereas here it's all people's stupidity. Have the general guy who's trying to weaponize the raptors cause part of this problem.
Yeah.
Have that sabotage from the inside, because the problem is you guys all look like absolute morons because you don't understand what's going on. So, The Indominus gets out by like scratching up a wall so it looks like it climbed over. Then not only does it have body, not only can it lower its body temperature to avoid detection on thermal cameras, it understands how thermal cameras work.
So, yeah.
And also it can camouflage itself. That never comes back. So it hides and then waits for them to open the doors. But also the only reason they open the doors big enough for it to get out is when it attacks and one of them goes for the big door rather than running to the smaller door, the human-sized door.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of things for it to try to escape for that to work. And you know what? Zoos have moats, really big moats, and that's how they keep lions from eating people.
Yeah,
Not
especially if you got the aggressive, vicious dinosaur lab over here where we're doing a lot of ungodly experiments. But it's really convenient to have them on the same island, even though our eccentric billionaire owner can fly a helicopter and...
Just go to a different island where you develop shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got to have them on the same island, yeah. Create something that more than like, again, I like the idea that like, they thought they had the state-of-the-art technology back then as well. Foreshadowing.
Ooh. And yeah, you've also got the problem of why aren't they evacuating people? Because they're all like, there's a cruise ship coming to evacuate them tomorrow morning. It's like, you don't have this shit now? Like, you don't have a contingency plan for...
Cruise ships have lifeboats,
yeah.
you know?
And even that, just like, you don't have a way to get everyone off the island in the event of emergency, and you breed dinosaurs on this island.
Yeah. Yeah, again, much like a cruise ship having lifeboats, have some spare cruise ships on hand.
Yeah, I think this movie should be shown as like an OH&S what not to do. Because there's lots of examples. Okay, here's a violation that if you just, look, because we even mentioned earlier, Squeaky Voice Teen gets hauled into the raptor pit because he tries to rope a pig with like a stick over a bridge that's not covered, or like, it's like, well, no wonder he fell in. That was gonna happen sooner or later.
Oh no, our prize pig, the velociraptor might eat him. Oh no.
They're gonna get fed twice. Just hate the idea of them having 2 pig dinners.
Yeah, there's your secret Simpsons. That's why the Watersaurus was so fucking happy. It's like, yeah, that was his 2 spaghetti meals in one day. And then a dessert of giant
genetically engineered camouflaging but not white dinosaur thing.
God, it is like, when you're playing superheroes as kids and it's just like, and I have this power and I have this power and I'm super smart.
Yeah, I thought of more problems.
Of course you did. It's this movie.
So they're all like...
The 10th highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah. There's a bit where the CEO goes to... So that early on they're like, okay, now this thing's escaped. We need to know what its genes were spliced with. We don't know what we're dealing with. I'm like, well, that's all classified. And so the CEO guy goes to turtleneck scientist dude from all the movies. And he's like, I need to know what this thing's made of. He goes, I'm sorry, I'm not able to divulge that information. And he's like, so you're not allowed... Why? This is the CEO. He's the one who paid for it to be made. Why can't you tell him? What is the problem?
In a bit of an emergency, certain protocols can be, avoided.
It's like, it can camouflage. Well, we put it in a cuttlefish DNA. It's like, well, you can tell me after it's been a problem.
Cuttlefish, the deadliest fucking...
But all of that is solely exists so they can be like, oh no, it has raptor DNA. This dinosaur that we've told you repeatedly was raised in isolation and can't socialize with other creatures and therefore is inherently violent. That thing can talk to raptors it's never met. Just like... Fuck.
And they fucking sell it like this big dun 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 realization, and it's like, guys, I'm already scared of this thing. You don't need
you don't need to sell it harder. I don't need it to have like allies. Because they just needed to have a raptors hunting humans scene.
Yeah.
Which they could have just done.
Yeah.
Because if we're taking anything from this, it feels like part of it is meant to be you can't control nature. No matter how smart you are or what you put in place, sooner or later, it's going to kind of just fuck you over because the animals are going to follow their natural instincts. But that then doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense for the raptors to flip side and then flip sides again because clearly you can befriend nature at the very least. Hey, what are we even doing?
Yeah, and a decent line from Chris Pratt is like, he's trying to find his place in the food chain.
Yeah, I actually quite like that. It's like you've kept it in captivity and now it's finding out, where its place in the food chain is, and you do not want it to learn that it's at the top.
Yeah, and even its only mother that it knew was a crane. It still figured out that it could pretend to climb a wall and then hide in its camouflage.
It's just so smart. Why do we make it so smart? Sorry, I also thought of not Secret Simpsons. Pair it with the Stampy episode. It's like, well, some of them are just jerks.
Jerkosaurus Rex. I remember thinking this at the time. I kind of interested in what this movie is if we don't have the kids. I
Yeah.
feel like the kids are a throwback to the first one, and to be fair, you know, the children who are going to see this movie kind of like they need
a
to stand
kids.
in and
Yeah.
like, but I feel like, much like the Indominus Rex having, you know, the hat and the hat of DNA, I feel like just having the kids related to Bryce Dallas Howard is introducing, like, yeah, you're over-seasoning the soup here a bit. There's just too much connection. Like, it would be enough just to be, like,
They're
random
just kids.
family, like, wait, we let them go on the gyro fucking sphere alone. Why didn't they come out at the exit point? You know?
Yeah, there was another gyrosphere that left just before them. Guess those guys are fucking dead.
Yeah. I hope they also didn't want to go in that broken fence where it also said restricted area, where it was like clearly something fucked up there. Like,
Yep. Let's go in this area. It says restricted. It has all the clawed marks and, you know, red wine stains.
yeah, and the kids are selling it like, oh no, we're going to be in trouble if we go in here. Like, they're going to arrest us. And it's like, Dinosaur Island, guys.
Remember that? Remember the dinosaur? Oh no, everyone's bored of dinosaurs these days.
Like, I know kids are stupid, but the teenager brother here can't be this fucking
he
stupid.
can be that stupid. I'm fine with it.
Head into the restricted area in the dinosaur place.
Ah, come on,
Like,
he's a teenager. Like we never do dumb, potentially hazardous shit as teenagers.
there's-
I say that, and I was boring.
I mean, there's crashing trolleys because you saw Johnny Knoxville do it.
Yep.
But anyway, it does back up the point that there are a lot of people who are just very stupid in this movie.
Oh yeah, and that's the problem because everyone's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
And you can kind of ignore that for a certain point, but then when you think about it,
Yeah, but like, not that this movie needs my help changing it. Again, 10th highest grossing movie
Yeah,
of all
look.
time. So, I mean, what the fuck do I know, apparently? But
Yeah.
like, yeah, because again, the things that I like going on here is the whole people are getting bored of this thing that is still should be like, yeah, Chris Pratt even has a line. I think he's weirdly my favorite character in this movie.
no, that works. You know, again, forget the
I'm having a weird realization with that
forget
one.
the Chris Pratt of it all and focus on what the character is, and he's the most grounded, rational person in the entire movie.
Yeah. No,
So-
everyone else has got their stupid shoes on, but he's putting himself in danger, but also, you know,
Yeah, he's
the
also
most-
saying you need to. He's the first one to say you need to evacuate right now.
yeah.
He's like the only one who seems to. He's pushing it back against the general dude. He's the only one doing anything rational.
Yeah. God, this is where you again the fucking change question is like making me stupider than
Oh
watching
yeah,
the movie
there are
itself.
so many things that are worth changing because there are elements that work fine, but they just get lost in the stupid.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest one is going to be something other than stupidity fucks the park up
Yeah.
because it's really a problem.
Well, I mean, because that is one thing I would have rather seen in this movie, like rather from the perspective of these particular children who have, family, home life problems, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. Like, have the park and, like, show kids being like, the kitty triceratops, right? I did this last year. God, it seemed so much more fun back then. And, like, I don't know, have a kid maybe a bit responsible for, like, I don't know, setting a T-Rex off or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just sort of, I think there's a good idea of, like, leaning into the whole, they've made this really safe and sanctioned, like, park that, like, where nothing could possibly go wrong,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah, I think the thing to that is because the trouble is every time we see guests in the park, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
And it's probably got a thing to do of we don't want to show characters being bored because being bored is boring. It's a simple thing of saying, you know, we're only up 2.5%. So it's always that corporate thing of, well, no, we need endless growth. We need to make 5% on last year, and then next year we'll make 5% on that percent, and on and on and on, despite the fact that that's impossible.
Yeah.
So it needs to be the whole thing of like, the park's doing really, really well, but we need more. Like the investors are getting restless. They're not getting as much back on their investment as they thought they would.
And I mean, there's an angle because the island is only so big, so it can't handle that exponential
you can handle
growth.
20,000 people a day, so you need every single day needs to be fully booked.
Yeah, and, you know, you still need land for some of the more free-roaming dinosaurs that, aren't tolerant to children. And, you know, those Triceratops, you know, they seem cute now, but they're going to grow up, you know, all that. Like, and like for an island that can't handle this exponential growth, and then, there's the secret lab and all that sort of stuff. Like, but, and again, just ratchet down the stupidity, please.
Yep.
All right.
Ah.
And now it's time for our final note. Now it's time for the final notes. And
Well, first, it's, to be fair, this is not Brad Bird directed or written, but I feel like we needed to run through the checklist.
Oh, of
So,
course.
Did this movie, I'm not going to add anyone because I'm not counting this as one of his movies unless you've got a suggestion. Well, we'll see. So, first of all, did this movie contain birds?
Dinosaurs are birds.
Oh, yeah, I counted that. Family dinners. Unless you're counting the bit where all the pterodactyls eat people. I don't think we're counting that. We don't know if they're related, but they could be found family.
They're saying to each other as they're flying and chomping and pinning. We should do this every Sunday.
I know. It's not enough. The kids need to know you, Sandra.
It's hard to get together sometimes.
Yep. Did this movie contain any robots? Nah. Like
Not like
automated voices,
self-aware sort of. Not even self-aware. Like just automated sort of.
Yeah, not the same.
Just like the monorail and the globes, the gyro.
It's not a
balls
robot,
are,
though.
Yeah, no.
Okay, most importantly, did this movie contain any dummy thick moms?
Bryce Dallas Howard isn't a mom in this. Judy Greer, but not dummy thick.
Look, she's a treasure. I'm not dummy thick.
Just on the dummy thick though, do you remember with the poster that they they photoshopped Bryce Dallas Howard's derriere because it was poking out too much in the the side-on shot?
I do not know. So we could have had more Bryce Dallas Howard.
I can't remember if it was in like a poster or a trailer or something, but like it was just too big and it was distracting, so they cut it down on the poster or something.
Nicely done, ma'am.
Yeah.
You have to look that up.
Killed one woman and killed another one's dummy thick butt.
Just horrible. Did this contain outrageous French accents? I'm giving it a half because one of the trainers with Owen, I don't know if he's meant to be Cajun or French, but he does occasionally speak French.
Oh, okay. Yeah, French Quarter by, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He didn't really get enough dialogue for me to clock what he was exactly, but he was an interesting character. Wish he had a name.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. I didn't catch it. Same with the kids. I have no idea what they're called.
Just chalk that up to I never know anyone's name in the movie,
fair.
but they do make a point of introducing Chris Pratt as no, I'm Owen, not Mr. Grady or whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. Did this movie contain any cat fights? You know what? I was going to say no, but we've established in Jurassic Park lore all the dinosaurs are female for population control. So the T-Rex versus the I-Rex, cat fights.
That was dinosaur for skag.
the hair, loser. And did this contain any retro-futuristic designs? Not really.
No, it was all like futuristic at this stage.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be retro-futuristic in another 10 years,
but not for the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, unless is there a checklist you want to add for this movie? I don't think it counts because it's not. Brad Bird had no creative control over it, so it feels like it's not.
Oh well, I will say because I thought it was funny that he was cast as the monorail announcer because he would have been involved in The Simpsons for the monorail episode.
I was about to say, how we could forget? Put the monorail episode on.
So yeah, were there any monorails?
I'll add it.
Because that's his contribution in the movie. The monorail announcer, and he got this job because he got Colin Trevorrow the job, and I'd like to think that this was a deep cut reference to The Simpsons, including a monorail.
All right, so that is 3 out of 7. Brad's out of Bird.
There we go.
All right, score's pretty low on the old spreadsheet, but there we are.
Yep, and Judy Greer, the closest thing we get to a dummy thick mum in this movie, sets up the whole thing. But remember, if anything chases you, run.
Yeah, which is a good line, but it's also like, Mum, people died here.
Yeah. So that's the other, did I get clarification on this earlier? It's
the same island.
Yeah.
Yeah. They literally have the same, in the original Jurassic Park when they're running from the raptors and the T-Rex bursts in and the banner falls down and the T-Rex roars. That's the same banner that they use when and then the T-Rex, the I-Rex runs through the same and stops and roars in the same location.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I wrote in my notes, money shot right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they know how to make a trailer. Clearly, third highest grossing movie, whatever it is.
Yeah, and then as the kids find their little safety Last of Us style hovel, they get their flame lit torch and see, drawings of dinosaurs on the walls. What was this?
It's very weird to be like, shouldn't you be fucking terrified right now? And they're like, come on, let's explore. It's like, no,
let's fix a car like we used to with our uncle.
with the door open.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we got for notes? Okay. It's clearly Christmas time because when we're leaving Judy Greer, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is playing. And I was like, does this have to be Christmas? This is a weird why is it Christmas? It doesn't, because I get that, they're going somewhere tropical, so it doesn't look, snowy or Christmassy, but it just was like, oh yeah, why is this?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think it gets super wintry in Hawaii, so like,
Yeah,
you can write that off with an island.
It just seemed, it seemed like an odd thing to add when it's literally, 2 scenes.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, throw that grenade into the internet. Jurassic World is a Christmas movie, and then run and then just watch the Reddit explode.
I will run.
I do like the scene where they're like showing like little bits of the park, and then they show like the little kids feeding the little dinosaurs, and then like it spits all over their hands.
Yeah.
Like, yuck.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's like the kind of shit I do want to see. Like, and
that's a good way of saying it's become so normal. It's basically a petting zoo.
Yeah, exactly.
What the guy who's like, what's going to happen next? All the corporations will name everything like the Pepsi-saurus. But of course, being the fans of Pepsi Max that we are, we would enjoy seeing a Pepsi-saurus.
Diabetic, I'd prefer the Pepsi Maxilodon.
Yeah, Pepsi Maxilodon.
Yeah.
To the extreme.
I don't like myself for that. The guy that was from Parks and Rec is like literally a sitting duck when the Indominus Rex goes to fucking eat him. Like just smacks the car away, it does a flip, and he just does this look of like, what? And then
he doesn't even try to leave, which is weird. That was a weird, what I thought was a very artful cut that actually wasn't. So it's a bit where, they run out, Owen gets underneath the car so the dinosaur can't see him, but this guy's too big to do that, so he kind of just hides at one end of the vehicle, and then the Indominus Rex kind of leans in and just swats the vehicle over, and then when it lands, you're like, okay, that's cool, so that's going to land, so we just hear the scream, we don't see the guy get chomped. Nope, he just continues to sit there quietly and wait to get chomped, and then you see it. And it's like, that was such a good way to imply the death without showing it, so you get more shock factor later when you see people getting chomped. Whereas here, it's just, oh no, you were literally doing that, and then you stopped doing that.
Yeah, it's like, and I feel like Jurassic Park had that like Spielbergian fucking restraint that was just desperately missing here.
Yeah, think of that kind of prologue moment in Jurassic Park where the cage kind of fucks up and someone gets dragged and that arm slowly gets pulled through that guy's hands and it just gets dragged in. We don't know what's going on, but oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. And like to get to the point where it's not the dinosaur itself, it's terrifying you. It's seeing that fucking cup of water with the ripples.
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
that's the tension.
The artistry, damn it.
My first note of, why haven't they bazookaed this thing yet?
In all the movies we've done, we've never wondered why have they bazookaed things. People try. They miss a lot.
Well, like, and then I sort of give it credit because, like, this is a big investment for them. They've, like, sunk X amount of dollars in this. But surely it gets to a point where you kind of got a bazooka. Like, even if you're going in with the non-lethals, have one bazooka guy. They did have some guys with guns there.
I'm pretty sure there is a bazooka at that first encounter with the IRX when they're trying to recapture it and they're going non-lethal. I'm sure maybe it was a smoke grenade. I don't know.
Well, I mean, to cut to later in my notes, it's the bit with the motorcycle and velociraptors chasing it scene that there's finally a fucking bazooka. Like, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, an hour and a half into this thing and now we're bazookaing. I wouldn't have even taken an hour and a half real world time.
I don't know where we were tech-wise in 2015, but I feel like someone should have gone, damn it, we've got to contain this thing. Yeah, we'll send out a drone. It'll just, remote controlled by pilot in the control center. We'll shoot it with some darts. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, 2015,
I feel like we had remote controlled drones.
Obama was on the way out and getting his one big mark against his name is that
increasing predator drone strikes.
Exactly. So they were there.
They were a thing that could completely not put any persons at risk.
Yeah, he's Mark Maron's last guest for What the Fuck, by the way.
Look, that is a good get for the final.
Yeah. Do you actually know who the second last was?
I don't know. Mark Maron himself. A cloned version.
Okay, technically because, the second last episode was just Mark Maron talking.
Yes!
But, okay, so the third last.
Okay.
Matt Groening.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, good little interview. Apparently him and Frank Zappa had a bigger relationship than I ever knew. Frank Zappa was like saying he'd do a Simpsons episode, but they never could get the right story, and I think he dies in like 93 or something like that. So
well, that's a weird alternate timeline.
Yeah. Diversions. Sorry about that. Go for it.
Let's see. There's a bit where Owen's talking. It's more of a confusion as to what's going on because Owen gets introduced as, that Navy guy who works for us. Go and get his advice on how to keep this thing contained, which also feels like that should have happened way earlier in the whole Dominus. There are problems with the timeline I'll get to as well. So, and then, he's meeting with the general guy and he's like, we're finally making progress and you want to turn it into a weapon. It's like, wait, aren't you here from the Navy? What did you think they were doing?
Yeah.
So I feel like, but then later they say ex-Navy guy or something like that. And it's like, okay. So he used to be in some branch of the armed forces, whatever, but it's InGen who want to turn it into a weapon to sell it to the military. I'm confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie, but it worked.
Yeah, exactly. Money talks, I guess.
So there's another problem that I had with the movie is and we get a moment of secret predator. It's like the blood coming up from the tree and the whole look up thing. So in that moment as well, they've got the troops, with the mostly non-lethal weapons going after it to try and protect their asset, all that sort of fun jazz.
Yeah.
And then I noticed on the screen, did they just have like one of the troops and it says deceased? And I'm like, maybe it was just like an info card of like what troops they have out there. Surely they wouldn't. No, it showed them dying as they died. Do they have those trackers in the troops as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to get like a little, I don't know what they're called, little thing that goes across your neck and it tracks your pulse rate.
Yeah.
That's a very SWAT team thing to have.
Okay, I guess I was sort of imagining the same tracker that the Indominus Rex had in it. Maybe they've got smaller human-sized ones.
Oh my God, they're all dying. What? How do you know that? We put trackers in you? I'm sorry, what?
But yeah, because especially that one was fucking massive. It's just like, no wonder the Indominus Rex remembers that and fucking hates you for it. Why didn't he get one of the small microchips like the tiny Triceratops got?
Yeah, fair.
He remembered you putting it in. And yeah, you can imagine that thing was like much smaller as a baby, and that thing is like, the size of a fucking
and
forearm.
It's got bigger arms than a T-Rex, but it can't reach its own back. How did it do this? You imagine the Indominus just like, God, it's one of those hard to reach places. Okay, what if I scrub against a tree?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, when you see animals like bears, like fucking do those ones against a tree. Yeah.
That is hilarious, and I like it. I did write down, look, bitching aside, the whole bit where Owen does kind of hold the raptors off with a hands up thing that got memed so much. Look, that works. I'll give it that.
Yeah, and it works again when, Danoff Goran, he tries to do it, but, he's the one that they want to eat. They
chomps his hand right off.
Those velociraptors, fuck, I'm losing my words.
You are.
Them raptors, they can smell the bad guy.
Yeah. Smells like corporate evil.
Don't look, what did I want to say there?
I have no idea. That's when they're a hamster ball and the phone is vibrating because it's upside down now and the phone is vibrating and the kid's trying to reach it because it's making noise.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, look, and looks up and it's just an eye glaring at them.
Yeah. I remember that being like an okay move to do, like if you're going to put the phone out of reach or whatever, but it's also like you're kind of doubling down because you've already said it doesn't have reception anyway. So,
but you've also got this thing of it has bad eyesight, but it can smell really well and also track by body heat. So him trying to silence it looking directly at them doesn't, I don't know, it would still scare the crap out of you. It's just, I don't know. Man.
There's maybe a change. Maybe they pulled some DNA from bat for whatever fucking reason. And it doesn't actually have eyesight.
Echolocation?
Yeah. So, yeah, it has bad eyesight, but it's got all that other shit going on for it.
Yeah, and have them give the excuse of like, well, whenever the animals see the guests, they tend to either run away from them or try to attack the glass. We thought we'd just make it blind.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. And yeah. Anyway,
that's got a very, you kind of dicked over nature there and made an animal blind on purpose. That's kind of mean.
Yeah, well, because that addresses the whole fucking fakery in the first one of its visions based on movement, which everyone was like, hang on, that's not a thing. Like,
yeah, but you're in a movie and you don't know anything about dinosaurs and you're like, I guess that could be true.
But much in the same way that like this exists in the same world and that guy can go, hey, we make them look scaly and everything because that's what you want. Like, it leads into that as well.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
You alluded to it before. There's a line of when Judy Greer and Bryce Dallas Howard are arguing, and she's like, I promise I'll hang out with them tomorrow. It's like, I promise tomorrow is worth a lot less than trying today. I'm like, you know what, that works.
You're using mom's lines on me. We're sisters.
We go back. One of us got the dummy thick ass.
I don't know why Judy Greer didn't punch her at the end. I would have at least just fucking whacked her across the head.
Yeah.
She deserved it. Anyway, and yeah, speaking of Bryce Dallas Howard, when she's ready to get into action, she unbuttons her shirt, rolls up her sleeves, and does that crop top tying thing at the bottom of her shirt.
That's such a bit.
She's ready for action.
There's a bit that should work, but it doesn't because Owen's all like, look, you can't be doing this. You're in the wrong shoes. And her response to having the wrong shoes is she ties up her shirt. And he does call her and it's like, what was that supposed to do? But it just doesn't feel like it lands for me at all. Like, she's like, I'm showing you I'm ready. It's like, your shoes still suck.
Yeah, I mean, I put that down to a very, like, one of people's criticisms of Marvel movies, a very, like, a that just happened line. And that's maybe, like, what Chris Pratt does to a fault in this movie, because there's a few of those and, like, very action movie cliches that he's lumped with, like the, oh, that son of a bitch. Like, that's that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, there's a bit where Bryce Dallas Howard is like, we opened the Indominus Rex to the public in 3 weeks. I'm like, the fuck? This started with you talking to the investors about how this is our new project moving forward. How is it now going to be 3 weeks away? Why are you still refining its cage 3 weeks out from showing it to the public? Surely they're talking about how they've already pre-sold tickets. Surely they're already advertising this thing. I feel like this is part of the blended script problem that how long until launch has 3 different references throughout the movie. It's just weird.
Yeah. And again, that's another point where you can have her a bit more put upon and say, you know, the eccentric billionaire is, I already had all these flyers made up and we've already started advertising in our major markets and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, it's not just $23 million invested in its development, it's also the millions we put into advertising. We're going ahead with this, damn it.
Yeah, I took it from our last meeting that you said this, you've made it, and it's like, yeah, but it's not really, like, anyway, there's things you can do. Bazooka finally, FPS cam for the fucking Raptors, fuck off. And that's literally my last note. Everything else I think I've yelled about.
Yeah, I got some more. There's a bit where they're like, she has a, they think the Indominus has escaped. It's like, she has a tracker in her back. We can track her from the control room. It's like, you can't track it from the pen that the Indominus is at. You have to go back to the control room. Surely this is a technology that could have more than one console. But okay.
Yeah.
Turtleneck guy also gets a good line of, it's like, you've bred me a monster. And he's like, well, monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is a monster. We're just used to being the cat. I'm like,
yeah.
That's good. That's a good line. There's a bit they try to sell you on, like, they come across a brontosaurus that's dying slowly and Owen gets out and gives it a pat and whatever. And this is meant to be the point where Bryce Dallas Howard's character's like, oh, this whole time I've been thinking them as just numbers, but they're animals. Here it is suffering. And it works well enough, but also they're in the middle of trying to find her nephews, and it feels like, the fuck are we stopping for? Time is of the essence.
Yeah. I will say I felt like it's kind of one of those things with these, like, especially many years later sequels, is like, they try and do a reference to the old one and then just one-up it. So, like, we had the dying Triceratops scene from the first one, but this is like, the dying Plotosaurus or whatever, Brachiosaurus or whatever.
Yep.
And then, but it's 5 more than that.
Yeah,
and
it's killing for sport.
And I forgot to mention as well, they do like a replay of like the fucking chicken dinosaurs running through the field thing. And again, that was just like, well, you did that just for the reference and it doesn't add anything.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing where I feel like this is a very artless movie, and I hate to say that about a blockbuster, but you can have art in blockbusters. It just feels like there's no vision to it or direction in terms of motifs or themes or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. What else have I got? It's just funny that no form of communication works. Like, cell phones don't work properly, the PA system doesn't work, the radios, the shortwave radios that really should work.
Yeah.
Yep, they all crackle and blur and you get half your words across. It's funny. Okay, so I feel like a kid with an encyclopedic knowledge of dinosaurs should have more reaction to seeing one that isn't in his knowledge bank.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a solid fucking point.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that was lost in a version of the script because they run away from it, and I want him to be like, what was that? There's no dinosaur that's like that. And the older brother being like, doesn't matter, I was trying to eat it. He's like, no, what's happened? What's going on?
And then he can have the information that he can, like, he's like, well, it's got the traits of this one, but the thing of that one, and then that can, like, help Chris Pratt have a fucking brainwave.
There we go. Nice. Then he has a purpose. But even then, the older one doesn't say to him, what the hell was just chasing us? You know all this stuff. You think you'd say that, but instead they just go fix a car. Whatever.
Yeah, and it can be the thing where, like, the older brother keeps telling him to shut up. It's like, no one cares about your obscure facts. That's so boring. But then he's like, no, you got to tell him. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
It's also funny that the Indominus is the only, dinosaur with a kill switch in it. It's like all those birds that escaped the aviary. If they just had kill switches, if every dinosaur in your park...
Have you seen the size of those things? They wouldn't fit in there. They barely fit in one of the troopers.
Get a smaller one. Gosh. There's a terrible shot where, like, during the whole chaos thing, there's a bit where the big double doors go boom, boom, and that breaks open. There's all these people pushing the door down. But above it is like a pterodactyl that's just hovering there as though it's on a wire. And it's clearly not because it's, CG, but it looks like it is. It's so bad. It looks terrible.
Like I said, I watched this scene twice, and like on my second round through, I also paid attention to a lot more of the background ones. It doesn't look good. Like a lot of them like look quite terrible, and are just like, there's a lot of them, so you don't focus on the shit-looking ones.
Yeah.
My fault for watching it twice. But
yeah, but real question here. Do you feel like buying a Mercedes? Because there are so many glory shots of Mercedes in this movie. There's a lot of glory shots of products in general, but Mercedes in particular.
Oh, I forgot to highlight that with my notes. Yeah, there's a fucking Starbucks drop or two. There's a Pandora drop in the climax of the movie, and I mean, I get it. There's like Pandora stores in theme parks. That's how they get a lot of their money, is charms that are like
exclusive
brand.
to the park. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also very funny. Like Pandora are like, oh yeah, we got to get our name on the dinosaur movie.
Oh yeah, 100%. And so it would have been a funny thing to comment on of, then you literally have blood sprayed across all their logo or whatever. But that would have been part of, but that's part of the vision that doesn't exist. There's a bit where the older kid's trying to make the younger one feel better. He says, hey, remember that ghost in the old house? And he's like, oh, you made a battle axe out of a paper plate and a ruler. And it's like, I'm sorry, I kind of want that movie.
Yeah.
You fought a ghost? I'm assuming it was like, oh, he just thought there was a ghost. But no, I'm going to go with the idea that there was a real ghost and they fought it with a paper axe.
I've just realized what that note I've written was like, I wrote ghost in the car hole because it was he mentioned it was specifically in the garage. And I was like, ooh, la
garage, yep.
What a fancy ghost.
There's a bit where they're watching Owen on the screen do the motorcycle raptors bit, and they say to Bryce Dallas Howard, your boyfriend's a badass. And it feels very much like barreling the camera, being like, how cool is this? And by this point, we are laughing. So
oh, that was another problem I had was when they do the kids team up with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. After Bryce Dallas Howard saves Chris Pratt by, shooting a dinosaur and showed she's very adept with a gun.
Yep.
Big fucking long rifle thing.
Dart gun thing.
And then, they escape in the car for a little bit and they're like, oh, never leave us again. She's like, oh, I won't. I'll be on your side. And they're like, we mean him. And it's like, you just saw her save him.
And that doesn't get resolved either. They don't grow a new respect for her. They're like, no, this guy's awesome. You can go, Aunt Claire. It's fine. We feel safe with this dude.
Again, script in a blender. That it's like, because of that follow-on, even though it was a funny bit where the kids were like, no, him, it doesn't make sense in the context of the previous scene.
Yeah. Yep. There's a bit where the guy in the control room is like, no, someone needs to stay behind. I was like, why? I mean, yes, it comes in handy later when she's all like, need to open pen 9 so I can have this Tyrannosaurus Rex chase me, but that's about it.
Yeah.
It would have been real funny if she calls the control room and no one's there.
Yeah.
Oh, my plan's fucked. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I do kind of like when during the kaiju fight, and just before it actually, the PA audio of like, we hope you enjoyed your stay at Jurassic Park. Please visit the gift shop. It's like, okay, I like that still playing. That's always a bit I like in these things. There's a bit, and again, it comes back to this kid's probably meant to be autistic, but they don't know how to do that, where the kid's hiding and he's like, he just literally says, 24, 15, we need more teeth. Like, what numbers are you counting? The numbers the I-Rex has compared to the raptors? What?
Yeah. Again, if they sort of set that up where he was like taking mental notes of the traits of this dinosaur, like that may have been set up a bit better. But yeah, I was like, how is that oh my God, I've come to the realization of what exactly we need. We need more teeth. Come on.
Yeah, it's not something that, it just needs to be more cohesive. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, the last bit between Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt is, she's all like, what do we do now with lovey-dovey eyes? They don't kiss, thankfully, but then he just goes, something like, I guess we better stick together because that's how we survive, or something like that.
Secret Simpsons, sticking together is what good wafflers do.
But no, what it needs to be is, so what are we going to do now? Well, you're about to get sued into oblivion. I'm going to leave. Good luck with all the lawsuits. You're probably going to prison. I will write. Bye.
I'm going to escape now on my Chris Pratt cycle.
You'd be like, yeah, exactly. It's like, look, even if I lie under oath and say you said to evac, there are other people who are not going to lie for you. You're fucked, lady. Like, you were in charge of this park and you didn't push for the evac even when everyone was telling you to do it. Yeah, there's so many deaths are on your hand. I know I kissed you in the heat of the moment, but woo!
And the top guys in charge who were pushing for the bad things are all dead now.
Yeah, they're all dead now.
It's falling on you.
Someone's being thrown under a train. Even if you weren't at fault, you were probably going to be the sacrifice. Sorry, see you in the sequel.
Yeah, again, mentioned in a previous podcast that I've always wanted to do like a analysis of will this couple from this movie make it after the events of this movie. And yeah, this falls into the right, like, I don't think they'll even make the ride home. Like,
yeah, they didn't like each other before. Why are they suddenly into each other now? Other than, look, he did a bunch of cool shit and she looks good sweaty.
Yep.
So that's about it. You can't base a relationship on that.
Not at all. It's time to rank the... Oh, wait, but first we want to send you heroes out there a wonderful, big, Jurassic-sized thank you. And I'm going to kick it off by thanking Grant Prusi. This is Vince D'Onofrio. I'm going to give you some sugar water with the thank you. It's very sweet.
I got it.
Wrong movie.
Yeah, I know. Men in Black. I know. Don't worry. 16-ounce mouse. The key to a happy life is to accept that you are never actually in control. Accept for this thank you. You can control that.
Philip Wolf. This is Jimmy Fallon. I'm going to give you a thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Timothy Burleson. We spared no expense on this thank you. Thank you. See, it's quite good.
Stephanie. This is Brad Bird on the monorail. Please make sure to keep your hands inside the indistinguishable man saying thank you to you.
Chris Tarr, a promise tomorrow is worth a whole lot less than action today. And the action today is me thanking you.
That's one of Mum's lines. Almighty K!
Almighty K!
Oh, I'm not going to camouflage this thank you. Thank you. See, it's right out there in the open.
Yep. Caleb 982, if I could afford a Mercedes, I'd give you one from this movie.
Nick Ibis, I'd never Photoshop your butt in the movie poster.
Damn straight. Nick Sultana, it's okay to lie when people are scared, but I'm not scared, so I'm not going to lie. Thank you.
Teresa, you know what? I'm ready for an action-packed thank you. I'm rolling up my sleeves and I'm tying the bottom of my shirt in on itself. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
And finally, DJY, David James Young. You know, why they had to crop down Bryce Dallas Howard in that movie poster?
Oh, why is that?
You know why?
Why?
Because she had a great ass!
Fuck.
You fell right into it.
Let's rank this thing on the exclusive, so don't have to do the thing. BT, what would you like to rank Jurassic World?
I don't know. It's like...
yeah, shotgun not going first.
Like... Because it's bad, but at least it gets to be bad in a fun way. It takes a little while to get to the bad in the fun way part, so arguably, if you're watching it for those reasons, it takes about an hour to get there. But that said, the first hour is kind of good until you think about it, and then it doesn't, fit with the second hour.
It's the... okay, but I'm along for the ride. Let's see where it goes. But yeah.
Yeah, it's no fun if you're watching it for so bad it's good. But if you are watching it for so bad, so it's really in between everything. It's like a bronze failure.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem. Like, it's bad in a lot of terrible ways, but also fun in a lot of stupid ways. So how do you rank that? I will say bronze, because can I say bronze failure?
No.
No.
Always got to pick a lane.
Would I recommend watching it? No? But do I hate it? Not really, but it is really stupid, but I do kind of hate it. But it is worth watching. Okay, is it worth watching? I'm going to have to go with no, unless you're there to make fun of it. I'd just go with a failure then, I guess, but not one that I hate, one that it's at least fun to dunk on.
Yeah.
This is why it's hard. I wouldn't like, because I'm thinking, okay, I get home, my girlfriend's going to ask what how did the podcast go? How was the movie? Would I say you need to watch this? Is actually a lot of
you guys
fun.
didn't watch the movie together?
No, she was out today.
Lucky her.
I know. So I don't think she's seen the original stuff to show her that one.
Oh, sick.
But would I watch it to laugh at it? Because I feel like there's so much. It would be more watch it to see the fall from grace. Yeah, that's a failure.
Yeah, look, slightly generous in being a participant because it just does get into the realm of silliness where you've had the anesthetic of the first hour to kind of just prime you into this, and I will say it just does have that value. But yeah, even as a bit of entertainment, like, it doesn't sort of quite hit the so bad it's good thing for me. Like, it gets there, but it is such a long slog to get there.
It's a movie of half, okay, where are we going? And then the second half of but one half is not worth the other.
No, that's it. Like, again, the first part mostly boring, but you can sort of buy along with whatever's happening, like let's see, and it just doesn't land. But having said that, it's kind of the thing of comparisons where I feel like I've seen much worse, and like as far as like blockbustery things go, like I don't know, like maybe fucking like tween age kids would like this, but yeah, I don't see much more appeal beyond that. All right. Well, that is the penultimate episode of Brad Birdwatching. For now, at least, anyway. He does have more movies down in the pipeline.
The works,
so we'll see where that goes. But next time, we are going to be ending the Brad Birdwatching with Incredibles 2.
Woo! Guaranteed dummy thick mom!
Yep. So he's had his time away of made friends with Trevorrow Land and that whole fucking sequence of events. And yeah, he's coming back home. His tail's between his lips. Like, okay, I'll do the sequel.
Yep, my passion project tanked. I'll do the moneymaker.
Yeah, I do need another $500 million, to be fair.
I mean, who doesn't?
Would you not want $500 million if you could get it? Yeah. Anyway, that'll be next time on Brad Birdwatching. Thank you again, heroes, for listening, supporting everything we do. And yeah. So I've been Elliot J. O'Neill. That's been BT Calloway.
And let's see more equality in movie murders.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.